Well, hopefully this is all working, and if it is, good morning everyone, and how are we all? Welcome to Auckland Airport. It's going to look a little bit different today, because I have to admit that I made a major screw up this morning, or last night when I loaded the car. I forgot an important piece of tech, and unfortunately I can't just run and grab it because it's currently about 2.5-3 hours drive away from here. So what that means is you're not going to get shots off of my camera today, which is a real shame, and I apologize to everyone. But we've made it to Auckland, we're here, and we're not going to do nothing, so I'm going to hang out here for a few hours anyway, get some video footage and stuff like that, just because I still enjoy being here and filming the planes. Sorry, someone trying to call me. But what it means is I'm actually just streaming to you with a phone from on top of my camera. So the view's not going to be that great. It's an older camera, so it hasn't got a massive zoom on it. But you're still going to get to see a bit of a view and hang out with me today while I hang out here at the airport. I assume you can all hear me. 5x5 from Aussie Gem. Awesome, that's good, because this is completely different. I'm sending audio and every video from a phone. I don't have my fancy kit here to make everything work. So yeah, I took it out of the car to do a few bits of adjustments on it and forgot to put it back. My bad. But that's all right. So the video camera's recording still. Going to record all the stuff, maybe make a video out of it later. We'll see what happens. And yeah, everyone just gets to hang out here and behind the scenes and watch still. So I apologise, it's not the quality of stream that everybody's going to expect, or everyone's come to expect. I do apologise, but we'll make the most of the day anyway. And yeah, we'll hang out for a few hours anyway, just because we've come all this way, it'd be rude not to, right? So we'll have to see how this works out. I make no promises on the quality of what you're going to see. You will see the planes. Just not nice zoomed tight in shots. And the other one is also not 100% sure on how the audio is going to come through to you. At the moment I'm just got a microphone on me. I'm charging up because the microphones that I need to plug into this phone as my older ones, and they weren't charged. So I'm charging up another microphone at the moment. We'll see if we can get a couple running. But you may not get some really cool plane sounds either. I'm not sure actually. It's completely experimental. I haven't tested this out. But hey, we're all good. NZAA Aviation, how's it going, Mike? Lurking and working, good stuff. So we'll hang out for a couple of hours. All right, who's here? Alex is here. Mark Bester, how you doing? How's Tassie today? Got quite a few Tassies. What do you call yourselves? Taswegians? Tasmanians? Got a few of you hanging out here today. BNE Spotter saying the pics are all good, thank you. Brookie G1, appreciate the effort, all good. Hey, we'll do what we can do to at least do something since we've come all this way, right? Carolyn, of course, is here. Thank you very much for being here this morning, Carolyn. Looks like Carolyn's got a busy day ahead of her. Ben A350, how you doing today? Now I just realised I'm going to have to do a bunch of things manual, unless, yes, I'm going to have to do a bunch of manual things, because normally I can press buttons, but that all attaches to the kit that's not here, so no pressing buttons today. We're going old school, manual controlled. Things may be a little bit messy. I see Bye Bye took no time in finding all the new emojis. I had a little bit of fun last night making a few new emojis to fill up some slots. So we've now got aircraft type emojis in there that you're more than welcome to use. James, indeed, this is a phone cam. You are correct. This is on an iPhone 10. No, 13. 13. So unfortunately the 16, I don't think I can put the 16 up. The 16 would give us more zoom. I mean, I can possibly get some more zoom out of the 13, but the problem then is the risk of getting too pixelated. Best of places full of Taswegians this morning. James saying pretty good considering. Yes, I'm still pushing out the usual 4K 60 off the phone. So essentially similar quality settings to the normal camera. Just we're missing the zoom, but we'll make the most of what we can. I do want to know if I'm allowed to blame you, James. Surely it's James's fault, right? No, it's all my fault for forgetting to put it back. James has been nice in helping me make some tech adjustments, some improvements. But I had it all sitting there testing in the office yesterday and forgot to put it back in the car. That's on me. I do need to... How can I change that? We'll see. Hopefully it doesn't overheat. Yeah, good point. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I had to take the case off anyway to be able to plug the microphone receiver in. So hopefully that will help. It's not too hot of a day here. We'll see what happens. It is probably your fault, James. You know, the funny thing is, this morning before I left home, I walked into my office because my sunglasses were on the on my desk, so I walked in to grab that, and I walked around to the office thinking like I'd forgotten my batteries or something like that, and I was like, no, I've got all my batteries, I think I'm good. Who would have thought it was such a key piece of equipment that was missing? Such is life. Hey, we live, we learn. I know it's not your first time doing it either, although I believe you blamed Maddie when it was your turn to have the same issue. Have I remembered to wear pants? No. Oh, no. I've only got shorts on today, Maddie. Only got shorts on. Right, I'm going to try something here. Now, this is going to be very finicky, and I apologise. How can I do this? If I go, no, not there. Here. No, that's not what I want. That's kind of what I want. Yes, back to that tab. Oh, okay, this is working. This is a good start. Really, iPad? Really? Looks cold out here. It's not warm, but it's not cold. It's actually not too bad. An old school paper list. There's one, Carolyn. I repacked my bag last night with just the essentials in it, forgetting obviously the most, well, apart from the camera, the second most essential item. I bought the camera, so, but it's all good because some of the tech that James helped me set up yesterday means that at least I can hook the phone up and we can still come through with the whole backup situation. So we'll make the most of what we can. Okay, this is going to be a little bit finicky, but let me hit this button here. And then I need another phone. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Let's ignore flight radar for a bit. Maybe. No, that's not going to work. Makes no difference. Sorry, just trying to get myself up some backup buttons because my buttons don't work today. Alright, there we go. Is that going to work? Oopsie. Careful what buttons you press, Kurt. Hopefully that didn't break anything. Sorry if it did. What I'm trying to hit is this button here, which hopefully has worked. I don't know. Now we're going to go back over to here and see that that did work, which it has. Awesome. This is going to be very, very messy. I do apologise. Mark Bester coming in with 5 gifted memberships there. Thank you very much, Mark, putting another 5 people into the Kiwi crew. Those 5 people get to play with all the new emojis plus the original ones, and we'll swap them out and add some more and make some changes and stuff as we go. So congratulations to all of you. Probably a little bit hard to see for you all, but there's a looks like a China Southern adding wild guests down there. Yes, it is indeed. China Southern heading back to Guangzhou. And along with Mark, if I can hit the button and make it work, come on. I'm breaking things. Hopefully on the screen we've got Brookie G1 who's come through also with some gifted memberships. So that's yet another 5 people. So Maddie, I love your suggestion. So to those people, all congratulations. Thank you very much to both Mark and Brookie G1. So that's putting another 10 people into the Kiwi crew. Very awesome of you. Beautiful China Southern livery there. We'll come round and grab this arrival. The real question I've got, Maddie, is how have you managed to get James out of bed in an early hour? I'd imagine James's alarm hasn't even gone off yet. Right, I can hit that, but nothing will happen unless I go back here and hit that button. We're good, we're good. All right, things are working in a way. Just looking, that is not, I mean, apart from the lack of zoom, that's still not a bad bit of footage, is it? It'll just be the audio, I imagine, you're all lacking. Bucket of cold water does the trick. There goes China Southern heading off, just coming into frame there. We've got Air New Zealand heading to the Gold Coast. Pipe Organs loves the China Southern 787. It's a nice livery, that one, some nice colouring on it. Maddie's Mozzies, yeah, I know. I made them in a hurry, so they definitely don't quite fit to the right size to be readable on these tiny little on phones and stuff. It's a sad thing about YouTube that they limit us to such a small screen size, or sorry, small image size. Kev, how you doing? It's a great day here, yes indeed. Brocky G, have they been through the GYG drive-through yet? I hope that they're mid-air by now. All right, that's that 321 there heading off to the Gold Coast. Alan Lee, good evening from a pub in the northeast of England. How you doing? See a little caravan scooting on out there. It's going to make its way off to Great Barrier Island. And Jeff Larson saying, sorry, just lost your message. Let me get it back. Flying from Brisbane to Auckland on Saturday. Can't wait to be home. Oh, yeah, well, at least you're flying Saturday, but Sunday is definitely not going to be a very pleasant day. So nice big cyclone about to hit New Zealand head on. Going to be a bit of chaos. Oh, Maddie, I did try a GYG breakfast when I was over there. Honestly, man, it was not that bad. I wasn't mad at it, that's for sure. Oops. My flight radar decided to follow the China Southern plane. I was finding myself out of the ocean already. Oh, that little caravan's well up in the air already. I'm going to try, just going to risk this a little bit and see what happens. Oh, that was excessive. Let's back out. Let's go all the way back to there. Let's just try one little blip. All right, let's see what that does. It might make everybody sick for all we know. But the image stabilization might be a little bit gnarly. We'll see what happens. Just want to make sure I don't overdo it. A350 Todd, excuse your ignorance, what's a GYG breakfast? If I remember right, so you get to pick what you have in it. You know, bacon, eggs, whatever, hash brown in a wrap, pretty much. But I think you have to pick your meat, whether you have bacon, whether you have chorizo, whatever it is, the sausage. Something like that. Honestly, it was not bad. It was not bad. It's a big thing for Americans, the old breakfast burrito. They really like their breakfast burritos, so. Got an ATR coming in, so let's see how this works out with this extra zoomage. Other than I now need to tilt the camera down ever so slightly. Now, it doesn't look horrible on my end. I just need to tilt the camera ever so slightly so it agrees with my other camera. Alright, let's see if I can do it without completely screwing something up. If we just... Oh, sorry everyone, smack you in the head. Alright, that looks pretty good. We'll go with that. See how that works out. Maybe a little bit more unstable as well, because I haven't got all my fancy gear to make sure that the video is reliable. But hey, we'll make do with what we've got. Alan Lee's come through there with the $5, five British pounds super chat. Thank you very much, Alan, saying have a coffee. Maybe that was my problem. I didn't have my coffee until after I'd already hit the road. So Maddie's Mozzies, is James up early to prepare for Melbourne tomorrow? Well, Maddie's Mozzies, James is going live from Melbourne today. They'll be live in a couple of hours, about 2.5 hours or so. They're going to be live today. So we'll hang out here for a little bit, and then we might go over and say hi to the boys over in Melbourne and see what carnage they're in for. They love their windy streams, don't they, down in Melbourne? We have got a BizJet coming in next. Now, I can't remember. I don't think I put the BizJet one in. I did make a BizJet one. I'd have to free up some more slots to be able to... Yeah, see, I get that whole panning issue. Why are you not putting a SIM card in that phone? "4:45 a.m. you rocked up Jimmy's driveway." Nice, nice. Funny enough, 4:45 a.m. is what time my alarm went off this morning for me to get up. Yeah, that's in from Christchurch, that one, from Garden City Helicopters Jet Operations. The Challenger 604. Oh, poor Carolyn. Oh dear. Oh, Carolyn got the message from the boys at the same time this morning. As if it wasn't bad enough that there's Maddie probably honking the horn, waking up all of James's neighbours. Is there a very good horn on the bread van? Maddie's Mozzies. Nah, we're just gonna have a short stream today. So, because I haven't got all the kit and everything like that, it's not going to be the same quality of stream. So we're just going to hang out for a few hours, film some planes, and then who knows what I might get up to while I'm in Auckland. You can see the fire truck there going for a little drive. I tell you, I used to have an air horn on one of my cars, Matty, and I think the bread van needs one. Whoa! You're going to see the streamers on this one. Where is it? I hope you can see that. I hope those streamers are coming through on that that image. This is NZ90, the 777 coming in from Tokyo Narita. There's a couple of pixels that resemble streamers. And on a plane right now, somewhere between Brisbane and Melbourne, there's a couple of pixies that resemble streamers too. Yeah, it's a bit of a shame without the zoom, but I'll try and put some video footage up maybe a bit later off the camera. I did hit record, yes, we're good, we are recording. Jenny, when am I going to stream another cruise ship? Oh, the problem with the whole cruise ship thing is right now we're like right at the end of the season. So the actual number of cruise ships is very few and far between. So yeah, there's not many. There's only a couple of movements left in Auckland for the season until sort of like September, October. Tauranga, we've got a few more, but it's just a matter of getting over there when the right cruise ships are in or when the weather's good, which is something we've been lacking quite a bit lately. So yeah, otherwise we may not see another cruise ship until later in the year, unless we go visiting somewhere overseas where it's summer for them and the cruise ships are operating. Caravan making its way in. Every time I spin around I get the low bitrate warning. So. But never say never. Hey, anything is possible. Anything is possible. I have no idea what my ultimate plans are for this year in terms of travel. We'll see what happens there. Maybe I'll make it somewhere near you guys. Tally, how you doing in lurking mode? Got some workers out in the grass there. Looks like they're having a bit of either doing a bit of checking or can't quite see what the van is. Also having to try and get my head around a little bit of a different schedule here at the in Auckland. With daylight savings time, obviously there's a bunch of flights now that have moved by an hour or so. And then the other one is sort of, what was it, just over a week ago or something like that. The airline timings flipped, so we're now in northern summer schedules. So what that means is pretty much we have all different movements and different timings for everything at the moment. P-Dub, how you doing? Morning to you. Sean, what's the weather like mercury-wise? Average. Apparently 18 degrees, so which is I wouldn't disagree with that. Just a slight breeze, so not too cold. Schedule or schedule? I know where you're going with that. Feel like I'm in New York or something at the moment. All the cars busy talking with their horns. Tally's coming through with the official weather report there from the obs at 9:30, so that's not bad. 8 minutes ago. The wind is from a direction of 160. Let's see if the windsock agrees. Can we see the windsock? I always get lost as to where the windsock, there's the windsock. So that's pretty close to about a 160 degree winds there, coming from sort of the south-southeast. Bit of a crosswind-ish at the moment. Nothing too powerful though, so the planes they probably have a very, very slight tailwind, if anything, but otherwise it's pretty much a direct crosswind. Visibility is 10 k's or more. Well, I'll let everyone judge if they can see. Those hills are probably about 5. No, those hills are probably about 10 k's away, so we can definitely see 10 k's or more. We can see that there is some broken clouds up there, so I'll agree with that too. Good to see that the actual observations match our observations. For those of you who have tuned in, yes, apologies that the view that you're getting is not of what you would normally expect. Unfortunately, I have forgotten a critical piece of equipment today, so we're just streaming off a phone while I'm doing a bit of filming with the camera, but just streaming off the phone while you'll hang out with me here for a while. Nice and pleasant over there. High of 33 today, so watching this footage cooling you down a bit. Well, I mean, I'm basically going to call this the calm before the storm. So we had torrential downpours at home yesterday, flooding and everything like that. It was just absolute chaos. And we're now on cyclone watch. So there's actually a couple of cyclones at the moment up in the Pacific, just north of New Zealand. There's one kind of a bit closer to Australia. Kind of, I don't know, where you'd say east of Queensland, and one that slammed through Fiji and is now coming straight for us. And yeah, needless to say that Sunday we're going to take that one head on.
Yeah, that's my cut-off. Yeah. Assuming I can get to there.
Got a Dashi making its way in from Tauranga. Pipe organs is a cyclone, the Pacific version of a hurricane. Essentially the southern hemisphere it's a cyclone. I don't know if everyone in the northern hemisphere calls it a hurricane. And then up in there's certain areas where they also then call them a typhoon, isn't it? So and I think the biggest difference is, don't they rotate the opposite way or something? Isn't it one of those things as well? I'm sure there's someone in here that will know that a lot more than me. In terms of, yeah, do hurricanes rotate one way, cyclones the other way? I don't know. P-dub, warm in Christchurch, 18 with a high of 24. Yeah, I expect we'll be like that today as well up here. Similar sort of temperatures, so nothing too extreme. David Cox, how you doing? You like the view? A bit like we're out in the country. I mean, we are right on the edge of it in a way. There is farm paddocks to one side of us. Sean, is Auckland the busiest airport in New Zealand? Yes, 100%. By significant margin. I would say, at a wild guess, Christchurch being the second busiest, Auckland would be probably at least 3 times the flights. A320 here heading off to Invercargill is NZ699. Ah, there we go. Finally it's happened. The internet's not so great here without my little magic box of tricks. Matty's Mozzies coming through there. Hang on, is this who I've got on screen? Yes. Matty's Mozzies coming through with the gifted membership. Putting another person into the Kiwi crew. So thank you very much for that. All right. You got one from me on Kev's stream, did you? Ah, very nice. Sean, very good question, very good question. That would depend on who you fly with. There is no direct flights here. No direct flights here from South Africa, so you would have to go via Australia. And so what that means is that you could ultimately pick whether you came into Auckland, Wellington or Christchurch. Yeah, if you fly South Africa to Sydney and then from Sydney you can either do Auckland, Wellington or Christchurch, or even Hamilton actually if you wanted to on Jetstar. And I can't remember, is Sydney doing Dunedin yet? Tanya saying with the phone at least you can see the propellers going around. Ah, interesting. Yes, good point. I need to throw a filter on my camera when I'm out here in the day. I've got the filter. I just need to actually use it so I can slow things down a bit and get the props a spinning again. Tally, good point. Yes, Auckland is the busiest airport in regular, but Matamata holds the record for the most movement in a day. Was that during one of the Scout, what do they call it, the Scout Jamboree or whatever? Taking off there, heading off to Queenstown is NZ635. Mark. Cyclones are metric, hurricanes are imperial. Oh. Annual Scout, that's the one, yes. I don't know why I said Scout Jamboree, that's something else. James, to answer your question, yes. Because I don't have much choice at the moment.
I'm not going to be in your way.
No, you're all good. Go for it.
No, I've got to
So Sean, yeah, so the annual Scout Flying School that Tally's talking about, basically at Matamata Airport, they host a massive big weekend where they even have ATC turn up and, can I see it from here? They have a temporary ATC building, and basically people who are on their PPL or getting their PPL, it's like a big weekend for them where they all, or it's a whole week actually I think, they all fly in, and just build up hours. It's just lots and lots of flying on tons and tons of all the flying school planes and the aero clubs and stuff like that. And the goal of it is basically to help all these people, the young, the young up and coming pilots, to either get their hours for the PPL or complete, build up all the hours that they need in a environment that is not just their normal circuit training and stuff like that. It's actual, with ATC and with other movements and everything. It's chaos. I actually was looking at it. It happened 2 months ago, I think, something like that. So I may look at heading there next year and having a look. It's very chaotic, but it's not a full-time thing. It's not always busy. Normal movements at Matamata is just a few gliders a day, but on that one particular time, it's just chaos. I don't know if you can quite see it on the phone. So they're all the people you can hear. Well, I don't know if you can even hear them wandering around me. Where is it? It's in behind. No, not there. Somewhere down, and there it is. Yes, lawnmower. That's kind of not on an angle that a lawnmower typically should be on. Sounds like he fell into a bit of a hole. Another Dashi making its way in. Not sure where this one's from. Actually, I can't see flight radar easily. That's coming from Nelson, that Dashi. You can see Solomon's there. They're about to head on out to Port Vila. There we go, Tally coming in there with the information of the Scout Flying School. I wonder if I can show you the moon. We may not have enough, we may not be zoomed enough to see it. Oh yeah, you can see it. Cape Town's getting a second international airport. Wow. How long will I be plane spotting? Not sure. Not sure. Just going to hang out here for a few hours, see some planes, get some video footage. But yeah, for how long, I'm not too sure. Now I need a moon emoji. Coming up on screen there, we've got a 777 going to go as NZ121 down to Melbourne. In fact, we might get to see this plane twice today if we're lucky. By the time it gets to Melbourne in about sort of, what is it, 3 hours or so to Melbourne? Maybe even a bit more. Just lost the overlay, Carolyn. Oh dear. Oh dear. Not the end of the world, just annoying. Funny enough, this was something we were looking at yesterday, of trying to work out a way to resolve it. Everything's looking solid on my end, so clearly it's just, oh, it's the all white. Nice, nice. Pretty cool, because we're not going to see an all black one today. All the all black planes are overseas. The dashies and the ATRs are all down Wellington and Christchurch. So yeah, we'll have to take what we can get, and the all white plane is what it is. Very regular visitor to Melbourne, this one. Cohen, how you doing today? And Cohen's Nana. I hear it's a lovely day down in Christchurch. Jenny's a fan of the all white. Nice. Carolyn coming in with the 777 emojis. Nice. Carolyn. Oh, surprised the 777 emoji doesn't have a big love heart behind it. I went pretty generic on them all, just to for now, just for something something to fill in some gaps. Nice and generic. 20 degrees down in Christchurch. Nice. That's yeah, sounds like it's gonna be a nice day down there. Sean, talking about the Artemis moon mission. Yes, I've seen little bits and pieces of that. So I watched the launch, and I've seen a couple of little bits, like the when they did the loop around the moon. Right, I'm gonna do something which is very quickly going to cut me off. You'll probably end up just with a frozen image. And then I will be right back. We'll see how quick this works, and hopefully the little banner comes back. Let's see what happens if I hit this button. Hey, the banner's back. All right, and hopefully I'm back. We'll soon see if the video moves. I'm watching it delayed. Yeah, it's all working again. Kev, it's working, only go back 5 minutes on the stream. Yeah, so something happened. YouTube must have had a little glitch or something and fired me onto the backup. So maybe it's fixed now, we'll see. Maybe you can go back further than 5 minutes. Or maybe now you can only go back 30 seconds until that change happens. I don't know. YouTube does what YouTube does some days. That one. What do we got coming at us? We have got a 787 going to make its way over to Fiji. NZ952 to Nande. Heading on towards us. We also have a 787 NZ77 going to head off to Taipei. We've got a Dashi coming in from Whangarei. Let's go have another look at that 787 coming on up. You've reloaded twice, can only back 7 minutes. Interesting. That's yeah, that's a little YouTube glitch right there, but hopefully once the stream's over, you'll be able to replay the whole thing. YouTube just does some weird things some days, so obviously it had a little glitch in the middle there. Sean, what do I do beside being a plane spotting host? So as the name suggests, I do stuff. All sorts of stuff. If you're talking about in general, you know, bit of plane spotting, bit of ship spotting. Not getting into the train spotting side of things yet. Not really. I've got some photos and videos of trains, but I'm not a train spotting person. I enjoy going out on my boat and doing a bit of fishing. Although not at the moment, because my poor boat is broken, and actually that reminds me I need to follow up and find out where all my parts are for my motor. They should have shipped last week, so I don't know why I haven't seen those yet. David Cox scaffolding. Oh, someone's been hanging out with Big Daz too much. Oh, profession. Oh, I'm not a professional. No, I work in the tech world. Play with all sorts of different technology. Hence why, quite conveniently, I already had most of the kit to be able to do plane streaming. Why are you on low bit rate? Come on. Mitchell, kia ora from a scorching Invercargill. Nice, nice. We just sent a plane off your way actually from here. Probably left here about 20 minutes ago or something like that. So Sean's a fan of the Air New Zealand livery. I think it's a good livery. It's a nice balanced livery, not too busy, not too bland. I am a fan of it. And I also love, like, if you watch any streams from, like America and Japan and stuff like that, there's something really special about seeing the Air New Zealand livery on those airports. Be really cool if we get to see them again back over in England. Alex, how you doing? From Rio de Janeiro in Brazil. – 7:10 p.m. on Wednesday there. Very nice. Oopsie, wrong one. My bad. Sorry. I can see a caravan there about to make its way out to the runway and head to Great Barrier. Tiny little, actually you guys can see that not too bad, or at least what I'm looking at on the phone. Mitchell in New Zealand is returning to London, but they're going to Gatwick, not Heathrow. Well, kind of. They haven't officially announced when they're going back. Ultimately, their long-term goal is they want to get back into Heathrow. But at the moment, they have slots for Gatwick. So, yeah, it doesn't mean they're not going to make it to Heathrow at some point in the future. But certainly, for now, Gatwick is going to be their only option. And I think we may see that happen. I don't know, if we're really lucky, maybe later this year. Who knows? Who knows? So a little bit later this month, Air New Zealand will get its first new 787-9. It's actually just been through its first test flight, actually, over in America. And I believe it's Charlotte is where it's being built. So ZK NZS, I think it is, because we've got an NZAA, isn't it? We've got NZ, yeah. Air New Zealand's first longer range 787-9. By longer range because it's in theory got a higher maximum takeoff weight. And also their first one that uses the GE engines on it instead of the current ones. So that's got theoretically a couple more test flights, and then it should be good to make its way to New Zealand. So we will be watching that space very closely. And then I imagine that will be covering most likely some of their longer routes, the likes of JFK. At my assumptions anyway, that would be the logical one. That is their longest route. And then obviously there's some more to follow that as well. So that'll be cool. Also means finally some more new planes coming online, which is great because, as we all know, Air New Zealand has a major need for some planes, being they're kind of lacking a few at the moment. Dashi there coming in from Tauranga. Next two 787s now due in June. Ooh. It's going to be good to finally see them online and doing their thing. Mitchell, she's doing a cargo stream, 3-hour stream, see 2 aircraft. Yeah. Hey, at least you get some jets down there. On screen there, NZ77 coming in from, sorry, not coming in, heading out to Taipei. 787-9. The other one with Air New Zealand to be looking forward to in the slightly more distant future is the 787-10s. You sure about that, Mitchell? Because I'm positive we just had an A320 leave here for Invercargill about half an hour ago. On a Thursday, there we go, look, NZ699, it's actually currently just north of Nelson, kind of over the Tasman Sea at the moment. A320 to Invercargill. And we now have a Jetstar coming in, A320. Lowland, a good point. Yes. The other cool thing about the new Air New Zealand planes is they come with some of the new features and innovations that Air New Zealand's been coming up with. In fact, I see that United over in America has actually just bought the rights to Air New Zealand's Sky Couch. Air New Zealand being currently the only airline in the world that does the economy Sky Couch, and United has just got the rights to utilise it and put it out over a few hundred planes. March 28 says Mike for the 78X, the 787-10s at the moment, yes. It's one of those things in aviation that it's so long away and then suddenly it'll just come around really quick. All right, turn and burn for the 787 because we have another 787 on short finals. Yeah. Possibly hear the other one in the background. There we go. That one is up and off the ground. And that one is already just about to touch down. Not bad for spacing there, not bad. I go like that, you might be able to see both. You can, there you go. Bottom left, the one that landed, the one at the top just departed. Lining up the NZ417, going to make its way off to Wellington. Sean, an A380 is able to land in Auckland. Most definitely, yes. So back in 20 odd years ago or something like that, when the A380s first came out, they did a bit of work on the runway here to make it A380 suitable for the A380s. We can have the A380s land in, I'm going to say, 3 different airports in New Zealand. So Auckland, Christchurch, and I believe one of the Air Force bases, most likely Ohakea, also is A380 capable. So Auckland does have, well, it's not a daily service at the moment, but Auckland does have a regular Emirates A380 here. It's kind of running sort of every other day at the moment. James, you know the weather's going to be spicy when, yeah, in the area for strong wind watch says North Island. So when I looked at the forecast, it basically just says, yeah, cyclone watch, it's coming. Be prepared. So that'll be me tomorrow. We'll be getting my house sorted. Found with the torrential downpour yesterday, I think I've got a couple of blocked gutters. Needless to say, there was a lot of rain pouring off the roof and not going down the guttering. Yes, James, Auckland Airport once upon a time did have 3 A380s on the ground on a regular basis. So Auckland Airport was the busiest Emirates base outside of Dubai, something along those lines, or the most Emirates planes on the ground anywhere other than Dubai. Back when they used to have one, I think it was they had a daily hop from Sydney, a daily hop from Brisbane. I can't remember what the third one was, whether that was a direct or not. And then obviously that's all shuffled around a little bit now. So the Sydney daily hop now goes down to Christchurch. AKL, was it 412, 413? The Brisbane one just terminates in Brisbane. It doesn't come to Auckland anymore. Well, at the moment it doesn't even go to Brisbane. David, is there a mower in action? Yes, so the mower that was stuck in the hole, he's managed to get it out and he's now mowing again, and we'll see if he manages to try and roll it. His boss turned up and told him he's not allowed to go past a certain point before he drives into another rut or a hole and tips over. Better mow the lawns this afternoon unless it gets carried away. Yeah, I'll have to see how wet my backyard is. If my backyard dried up, then dries up today. The weather wasn't perfect when I left home. It was still very wet, and I drove through rain coming through the Waikato. So, yeah, I'll have to see if I can get my lawns mowed before the next bout of rain. But we had a lot of rain yesterday, so whether they're going to be dry enough to mow before the weekend, I'll see. On screen there is NZ81. Oh, this is NZAA. I lied about the All Black planes because there's NZAA right there. My bad. Sorry, I forgot about that one. I did check earlier too, but obviously I forgot that one. So we're now going to see the All Black livery 787 head on over to Hong Kong. It's making its way down taxiway Bravo at the moment. Mitchell, yes indeed, yes. Put some time aside on Sunday to do some plane spotting in Wellington. Well, yeah, it'd be interesting to see how hard Wellington's hit. So the whole cyclone, they're still trying to forecast exactly where it's going to go, hit New Zealand. So there's some forecasters showing it coming straight through the top of the North Island and basically going right through the centre of the North Island. Other ones have it holding over the Pacific for a little bit and then sort of turning and slamming directly into the Bay of Plenty. So either way, It's going to be, yeah, much of the North Island's going to get hit. Different parts of the North Island are going to get hit pretty bad. I would say that there won't be very many dashies and ATRs flying around the North Island that day. And if they do, they probably won't be landing in a lot of locations. Caravan making its way in now. Yes, James, there is one consistent thing between every model, and that's just it's going to suck. Sean, they're playing with Springbok livery to land. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Whoa, smack my phone. I'm trying to think, is there any planes that would make it direct from South Africa to Auckland? Because they can do Sydney, but what would 2 more hours be on top of that? I would say the 787 probably could handle it, and the A350 as well, especially the long range ones. So I guess it's entirely possible. Happy coming in from southeast Queensland, and it's a blooming hot at 8:20 a.m. Oh, you enjoy that, you enjoy. All right, NZAA here making its way over to Hong Kong. Rugby teams mostly fly Emirates, right? Yeah. Yeah. Obviously, the most direct options are either via Perth or via Sydney. There we go. Great Circle route between Joburg and Auckland's only 1,000 k's more than Sydney. Okay. And so 12,000 k's, that's well within their range, isn't it? When you think of the likes of what they do to New York and stuff like that. So it's an interesting one with how many South Africans are in New Zealand. I find it very interesting that there's not a direct route. And yeah, I guess what's kind of holding it back? The other one that Air New Zealand could do if they wanted to, potentially, is do it through Perth. And then they could also capitalise on, on the South Africa to Perth option as well. Kind of do the opposite to what, speaking of All Black planes, here's OYB, the Star Alliance livery. Happy, whereabouts is Invercargill? Yeah, IVC is Invercargill. So if you go to the very, very bottom of New Zealand, you've basically hit Invercargill. If you hit Stewart Island, you've gone too far. All right, making its way up the taxiway to come and see us next. NZ284 777 going to make its way over to Singapore. I saw someone mention that Delta today is the Team USA livery. Unfortunately, we're not gonna be around long enough to see that head back out, and it came in earlier than us. So I don't think we'll see it go out anyway. Actually, I need to double check because timings have all changed. When does that go out? Goes out at 1 p.m. So yeah, we won't. I don't think we'll still be here at 1 p.m. for some reason. Who knows? Who knows? We're just having a bit of a chill hangout day since I've messed up my camera gear. Mitchell, is that the White 777? No, we saw the White 777 head out, what was it, about an hour or so ago? Maybe not quite that. It's on its way over to Melbourne at the moment. So, Suzanne, how you doing today? Lawnmower, Dashy, coming in from up north from Kirikiri. ATR going to sneak out ahead of the 777. For some reason though, the Caravans opted to follow the 777. Look at the little thing. Here I am zooming in the camera like you can see. Mitchell, is the Vamos A330, and it is indeed, yes. I think that's due to go out in about an hour or so. Let me double check on that one. When it loads. Sorry, internet's a little bit iffy here today. Yeah, 11 a.m. Okay, so about half an hour. In about half an hour's time, we should see that one make its way out. There goes the ATR. Gonna scoot its way through the 777. We may see it bounce off the back of it. is going to have to hold for a little bit longer though, because there's an ATR coming in by the looks of it. There's also a Dashi lining up to go out ahead of it. So we've got ATR. Oh look, we're doing the one in, one out game. So if you have a look just underneath the tail there, you can see another ATR. No, I lie, that's a Dashi. Sorry, my bad. Dashi lining up to head off to New Plymouth, and coming in as an ATR from New Plymouth. Oh, there we go. Caravan did a little wide turn on it to come right round the 777. It's a good question. How far behind the engine of a 777 would be a problem for the little aircraft? So on the taxiway, they're only using, to get moving, they're using what they call breakaway thrust, which is just enough to get the wheels rolling. So they're not talking massive thrust at that point. But obviously the engines, even at idle, they're always generating some form of thrust. And I reckon this would be one that James would be in for, because I swear he'd want to see one of these caravans sitting behind a 777 and just taking off in the thrust of the 777. Pipe saying sneaky caravan, yes. Makes sense. Get him out before the 777, otherwise he's going to have a long wait afterwards. Triple seven's about to line up, but I suspect the Dashi may also line up ahead of it. I don't know. Haven't seen it yet. Or maybe the 777's been waiting long enough, they're just going to tell the Dashi, too bad. Man, can you see that turn from the caravan down there? Oh, there it is. It did a nice quick turn. About halfway on the runway, it just took off and gone. All right, making its way off to Singapore there, NZ284. Jason L, good morning to you. How you doing? Missed it. Wasn't paying attention. Well, King Air coming in there from, not sure actually. I haven't got the right screen up to be able to see where that guy's come from. So the Dashi's turn, or wow, they're making the Dashi wait. Poor guy. They're even letting Jetstar go out. Possibly still within the wake turbulence time for the Dashi. Should be alright, I don't know. Not my thing. So Jetstar's going to head out in front first. Happy the universal. He's got the blower. He's cleaning the grass off the cycleway that's in front of me here. Mitchell's asking what's the newest A320 that Air New Zealand has. So Air New Zealand operate the 320 Neo and the 321 Neos. Their newest one would be less than a year old, I think. Trying to remember now. They do sound similar. Yeah, pretty much same engine, just different tool on the end of it. All right, there we go. The Dashi is finally getting its way out. NZ 5043, this one heading off to New Plymouth. Lookout point very busy. Not too busy at the moment. Only a few people around. So it is school holidays, so I thought it might have been busier, but nothing too extreme at the moment. Overlay disappeared again. Oh no, what's going on? YouTube's just being mean to me today. All right, I'm gonna hit the button again. You're gonna lose me for a second and then I'll be back. Actually, no, not yet. We've got a Saab coming. Rude not to get the Saab. All right, I'll be back in half a second. Okay, that half a second may have been a slight lie. It was probably more like 3 seconds, but hey, we're here, we're back. We didn't miss any action. What have we got coming on down the taxiway to us there? Oh, it's a 320 going to make its way up to Queenstown. It's NZ617. Looks like an ATR just squeezed out in front of that, which is going to make its way down to Nelson. It's NZ5067. And if we look all the way down in the distance, you can see coming out there another 777 coming out to play that's going to head off to Tokyo Narita. Mitchell Powell's heading off. All good. Thank you very much for hanging out with us for a bit today. Got an ATR coming in from Napier. You see they've just got a little bit of crosswind on the landing there. See them do that little wing dip. Dip the left-hand wing down. NZ5067 to Nelson just lining up. Streamer Clips, how you doing? Does it snow in New Zealand? Yes, but not like a lot of parts in the world. So like Auckland here, if it ever snows, there's a serious issue. Down the South Island and even parts of the North Island, where it's elevated, we get snow quite regularly, especially around the mountains and stuff. But it's very rare for our cities to get snowed, and when they do, you know there's something wrong. It does happen, and we have on a very rare occasion, and especially down the South Island, seen snow down to sea level, especially Dunedin. I don't know if Christchurch has ever seen it quite down to sea level. Stephanus, how are you going? And from Germany. Good to see you today. Thank you very much for your kind words. Got a speedy little guy coming in. Woof. And he's down. 320, where are you going? Oh, this is the one off to Queenstown, isn't it? NZ617. Oh, helicopter, helicopter. Oh, can't get my tripod any higher. I got no idea if you guys can still see that. Jason, indeed, Eagle, yes, that is the Eagle police helicopter flying over. Lowlanders heading off, bedtime 11:50 p.m. Thank you very much for hanging out, much appreciated. New Zealand seems like an interesting, you're from the USA, like to visit. I mean, I think New Zealand is a very interesting country, so yes, definitely you should visit at some point. Very well worth it. Oh, you got caravans over in Harvey Bay, have you? Nice. Stephanus coming in with the 10 gifted memberships. So 10 more people getting to join into the Kiwi crew. Thank you very much for that. Congratulations to those 10 people. Yeah, you're now part of the Kiwi crew. Got yourself a membership gifted on behalf of Stephanus. Dashi there coming in from Taupō. Very busy location this weekend, although that'll be interesting to see if that even goes ahead actually. Needless to say, Sunday is not going to be a very good day for motor racing in Taupō. Here's our 777 NZ99 going to make its way off to Tokyo Narita very soon. In fact, it might just get to go straight to the runway. Oh, there is a plane on finals. We'll see. We'll see what they do. So they might be waiting. We've got an A320 NZ422 going to make its way in from Wellington in a moment. So. Stephanus, once again, thank you very much for those 10 gifted memberships. Very much appreciated. All right, let's turn around and get this 320, which we'll probably lose behind the 777 anyway. Speedman, how you doing? I'm just down at the Pihunui lookout at the airport here. Just the stock standard viewing area. Mr. Wasp, you don't need to hang around here. There's nothing for you. Rob, how you doing today? I saw you hanging out in Minneapolis yesterday. Not you, but you know, virtually. Sky Spotter, yes. So for those of you who actually, let's watch this go and then I'll talk. What a beast of a plane. So to answer the question, for those of you who have only just recently tuned in, I forgot to bring a key piece of equipment with me today. So unfortunately I can't stream my normal camera to you like I normally do. But we came all this way, so we're still doing a little bit of plane spotting. I've got my camera out, I'm doing a bit of videoing. And in terms of what you're seeing is actually just a phone. So you're not seeing the usual quality, and I do apologize for that. That it's definitely not up to the standard that you've probably come to expect. But yeah, so just got the phone sitting on top of the camera, streaming this out to you today. We'll make do while we're here and do what we've got to do. Rob, Minneapolis, yes, and those streams that Alex does over there, aren't they just incredible? I love watching the ones over there in the winter. I feel sorry for him when he's out there. He's fully rugged up in all his gear and everything like that. But he, yeah, when they're in the negatives over there, it's just crazily cold. But watching all the snow plows and the ice, what do they call it when they spray the wings? The anti-ice. Watching all that is just something different that we don't get to see in many locations. Still 4K quality, yes. Yes, it's still pushing out at 4K 60. The only catch is because I don't have my fancy box that gives me really good quality internet, you may see it sort of drop in quality every now and then, but ATR coming in from Blenheim. Rob went to Minneapolis in the summer, would die in the winter. And saying that, their summers aren't exactly nice. I mean, they're well, sorry, let me word that correctly. They still get very, very hot up there. It's crazy at that point that they are, you know, they'll still get, what is it, 100-degree days, which for us is like 40, something like that anyway. And then in the winter, obviously, they get down to negatives in their temperature, which in our temperature is just like minus 30 or something like that. It's just crazy to believe. So I'm not sure what time of year I'd want to go to Minneapolis, but I do feel like it is one city of America that I wouldn't mind going and visiting one day. Peter, how you doing? Visited Auckland for the first time last November, flew in from Hobart. Oh, nice. Coming back in February, are you? Next year. Awesome. Hope you enjoyed your time here. Benny Spotter made it to the office, had me in the ear while you were on your adventure around Brisbane. Oh. All right, hopefully we'll get to see the Korean Air go out for a little bit. I managed to just capture that coming in as I was parking up. Anyone who follows on Instagram would have seen that on my story. BMO Sound, how you doing today? Saying cheers to Stephanos for the gifted sub. Awesome. Dave Carapiro, how you doing? Saying g'day to AJ Ryder. Indeed, AJ is... I'm going to say, I see AJ in a lot of streams around. You can become a full-time, in fact, you almost are, full-time plane, what do you call them? Plane call-out person. I'm going to give you credit. You, of all the people who call out the planes, you definitely do it the best that I've seen out there. And it's so awesome seeing you on all different streams all around the world. You know, I see you in the likes of LA, Minneapolis. I see you up there with Alex, the one we were just talking about before. Some of the Aussie ones as well. So awesome that you. That's your little bit that you love to do for the community, and you do it so well. So it's so awesome to see. Happy plane called out person official title. I mean, what would you refer to someone as when they do that? You know, they're doing the call outs or whatever. But what do you call them? The informationalist. A320 coming from Queenstown here. What do we got there? We've got a sub. Is that a sub? Or am I seeing things? Oh, the sub's under tow. That's why I can't see it on flight radar. Looks like there's a sub under tow. There's a Dashi though that's behind it, just starting up. That's going to make its way off to Whangarei very soon. A wiki call-out specialist. I don't know. AJ, do you give yourself a title, or if not, what we should come up with a title for AJ? I don't know where I just came up with informationalist, but I feel like that's a pretty good term. Stephanus coming in after throwing a whole bunch of people into the Kiwi crew. He's come in and joined up himself. Thank you very much. Is that? Hang on, that's a redo, isn't it? Or that's another month. So thank you very much for joining up. What does it say? It says, yeah, just became a member. It's one thing I got to figure out if I can. I'm going to have to do some work on that one, actually. There is, so if it just rolls over automatically, there's a way that it tells me, you know, it will say has rejoined for another month or whatever, and it's, you know, 2 months, 3 months. But when it's when you rejoin manually, it says a new member. I can sort that though. I've got a way in my head. A320-01 Neo coming in from Christchurch. Carolyn, they are. If you have a look, the baby Kiwi's blue behind. The adolescent Kiwi, which is where many of you are at now, is green. See, I did think of that one, Carolyn. I did think of that one. I was also smart with the baby Kiwi, baby blue. See? I'm doing video on the camera as well. So I'm still operating the tripod with the camera as normal, and the phone's just following with it. All good, Carolyn. Dino's Aviation, how you doing today? Dashi on screen there is going to make its way off to Whangarei. Marcus, how you doing, man? Been a while since came in the stream. Hope all is good. Everything is great here. Thank you very much. I hope you're doing well too. Looks like we're going to have a few little heavies going to pop their way out very soon. So Korean Air has come online. That's a 787. The A330, the Vamos, parading around as an NZ290 to Denpasar. That's going to be heading out very soon. Looks like it's making its way out to us now, actually. So we'll get a glimpse of that in a few minutes. At least you get to watch the planes while you're at work. Marcus just got back from the USA on Sunday, got back to rain and wind. Oh dear. Oh dear, yes. We're on cyclone watch. It's the calm before the storm. What do we got here? We've got a Jetstar coming in. Let's see where from. Ah, there we go. See, AJ's got my back. Jetstar coming in from Queenstown. I don't have my normal flight radar set up, so it's a bit hard for me to look at what's happening. Alright, keep an eye out down here and we'll see what we can see. And what we can currently see is Vamos. The A330 down there. All right, have a good day at work, Dino, and maybe we'll catch up with you a bit later. Who knows? Stefano saying many thanks to Kiwi Does Stuff for outstanding stream, making it available worldwide. Well, with all going and being said, with yeah, what I feel is not exactly the best stream that we've done. I appreciate that, so thank you very much. Every single one of you who's here today as well, I appreciate you just hanging out with me while I do some plane spotting today. A little bit different. We're just hanging out, having a chat, doing a bit of plane spotting. Looks like we've got an A330-900 coming in from Malaysia. Let's turn around and get a nice early glimpse of that. Happy 80 for you. Happy 8 for you, whatever. Is it 84 or 8 for you? I don't know. Anyway. Plane spotting from the couch only became a thing in our household a few months ago, but love it. I like it. I like it. Alright, we've got two A330s there. If we get it right, we should be able to see them both. We've got the A330-900 of Malaysia on the left and the A330-300 of Vamos on the right. ATR to Tauranga just made its way out onto the runway. Greg Miller, how you doing? Hope you're having a great day. Let's skip that and actually come back around here. You might see it take off through the left-hand side of the screen. Just so we can get those two 330s together again. Malaysia passing in behind Vamos. Fee, how you doing today? Lurking and working from the Gold Coast. Nice to see you. Another special livery coming through, so we might spin around and get that one now. Well, we'll say special livery. It's an all black OAB coming in now from Dunedin. And if we come back around here, it looks like we've got a little BizJet going to make its way out as well. Is that our same one from earlier? It is indeed the GCH Bombardier Challenger 604. Where is it? There it is. Olivia, good morning to you. Love the term lurking and working. Yes, indeed. It's a brilliant term, that one. Doing the same from in Tongariro. Nice to have you along. Nice to know you're hanging out and lurking for a bit. Kimberly, how many all black liveries are there? So Air New Zealand has one all black livery for every plane type they have. So if we work through one Dashi, so if we go Dashi, ATR, A320, A321, 787, 777, what's that, 6? And then the bonus being OYB, the Star Alliance All Black. Someone double check my counting there, I may have messed up. Happy, does Air New Zealand have an all white for every livery model? No. So the 777 that's an all white is a very unique one there for Air New Zealand. So the reason it's all white is it's actually only a lease plane. Now, they have several lease planes, and all the other lease planes, 777s, they put into full livery. But that one there is expected to not be in the fleet for as long. So they kind of opted to not bother with the painting. Oh, look, from one BizJet to a Falcon. Good old Tri-Jet. Falcon 7X there coming in from Christchurch. Oh, we've got not a bad lineup going on. So we've got that Falcon just landed. We've got the Challenger there. We've got Vamos there, and down the back there we can see Korean. And what's just come out from behind Korean? Not sure. That's your Falcon, is it? Sandy Max enjoying the footage. Thank you very much. Yes. I mean, I got to say, I wasn't too sure how exactly it was going to go doing it off the phone, but I'm not mad. It's worked out not too bad. As a emergency backup for my oopsie, I'll take it. Turn and burn. Through the Vamos it goes. Over the King Air. It's using a lot of runway. And up. Fuel must be really expensive at the moment. They're going quite economical on their departure. I've got an ATR coming in from Palmerston North next. Dino, yes, thank you. Yes, the cyclone, it's going to be an interesting one, this one. Brookie is back. Anya, is the cyclone strength getting more or less? Actually, good question. I haven't looked at the latest. Last I saw it was sitting around the Cat 3. Now, normally what happens is most cyclones actually, they lose their cyclone category by the time they hit New Zealand. They normally are then considered an ex-tropical cyclone. But this one they're talking that is going to hit us as a cyclone. Little Saab coming on in from Wanganui. We're going to see it touch down. There's the touchdown, just as it disappears behind the Korean 787. But yes, so it definitely looks like this cyclone, when it makes landfall in New Zealand, is still going to be quite strong and quite large. King Air heading on out. Going to lose that behind the Korean. Pip in Orbit, how you doing? Coming in with the new, or the membership celebration there. Celebrating a whole month, into the second month you are. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing good. Saying hello to the lovely people, or hey lovely people. Nice to have you here. Having a little bit of a casual day today. I'm just out here doing a little bit of filming of the planes, and got you on a phone. You can just watching what's happening while I'm filming the planes. Mainly because I forgot some important bits of kit. The mistakes that were made, but hey, I'll get over that. Oh, there we go. Just noticed I hadn't refreshed. There we go. Little caravan making its way in. Yeah, Carolyn, mentioning about the livery looks so dated. To me, it looks like it's faded, the colour. It's quite funny. Yeah, compared to their new, much darker colour, this one looks very faded. And yeah, it looks like old and almost like a retro livery now. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have a great history in New Zealand of cyclones, and you know, we can be prepared as we can, but unfortunately, they still have some pretty serious impacts for us here. So we're still seeing the recovery from previous cyclones many years ago. All right, let's watch Korean, the 787 take off. Dave took the words right out of my mouth. Yes, I was about to say the exact same thing to Dino. The Barrier Air Caravan over in Cooley last week. That's certainly a long way from home. All right, got another Dashie making its way in. This one from Nelson. Wrong button. Plain move. You're blocking my dot. Alright, what do we got going on at the moment? All right, looks like we're gonna have about three more heavy arrivals, and then we'll call it a day. So we're gonna hang out and wait. We've got Cathay coming in from Hong Kong. That's due just after 12. Air Tahiti is due in just before 12. And Singapore as well is due in just after 12. So we'll hang out and for all those arrivals. Oh, and maybe, we'll see how we're going, whether we stretch it a tiny little bit. There is a Fiji 350 due in as well. Not often we get to see the 350 from Fiji, so maybe we'll hang out for that one. James, surely Australia counts as Barrier Island to NZ. I mean, maybe it was looking for Great Barrier Reef and was claiming ownership. Dashie heading off there to Kirikiri. AJ, yeah. Not sure who asked about preparing a spreadsheet for Invercargill, just to amend the spreadsheet for Christchurch. You'd need a very small spreadsheet. You'd probably see it on fit it on a couple of lines. Pivot Orbit, busy at work but listening in. Nice, thank you very much. I think I've figured out what I'm going to do after this. I got a little secret plan that I'm not stream based, secret plan though. Just because I can, and while I'm in Auckland, it seems rude not to do a bit of shopping. I think Carolyn's dropping hints that she'd love to see a Fiji 350. Speaking of Carolyn, come on, don't do this to me. Here we go. Carolyn coming in there with the gifted membership. Thank you very much, Carolyn. Very much appreciated. Entirely not required, but thank you. I should be gifting you your membership every month. And hey, look, Streamer Clip's got that one too, so how cool is that? Appreciate that, Carolyn. Thank you. Congratulations to Streamer Clips. You are now in the Kiwi crew. Get the little baby Kiwi next to your name. You get to watch him grow up, which is really cool. On your day, yes. Carolyn normally would be the one doing the thanks, so nice of you to get Carolyn back on that one, Dave. We got wee woo wee woos. We got ambulance. And we have A320. Where's this one coming from? Christchurch. Benny spotted with the bee-doo, bee-doo. I am so lost without my normal way of doing things. Oh, thank you again, Carolyn. Very much appreciated. Is wee woo the NZ version of be-doo? I think it's Kev that says wee woo wee woo. I think that's probably where I got it from. Lining up now, JQ259 heading off to Wellington. Did that clear off the screen? That never cleared off the screen. Oh, I hit that button. What's going on here? Try again. Clearly the system wants you to get maximum recognition there, Carolyn. And I don't blame it. My iPad's struggling. AJ Ryder's heading off for dinner. All good. Thank you very much, mate, for being here. Why won't this do its thing? I don't know. Yeah, thank you for all your work. Appreciate it. Enjoy your dinner, and we'll see you whenever we see you next. Refresh. Can I refresh? Oh, careful. Hit the wrong button. refresh. Carolyn, just look at that amazing Etihad profile picture. Oh, right, there we go. That time I think it worked. Oh, that was quite funny. It just refused to disappear. Internet's very sketchy here. I may have to look at some other options. So normally it's fine for streaming, but YouTube's being faulty. Yeah, I've got that problem as well, but that one's not a YouTube problem. That was a me problem. The YouTube problems is why I keep getting kicked and my my overlay keeps disappearing. Coming in now from Papeete. Yeah, Tahiti Nui. What a stunning livery. In terms of blue liveries, that one there is definitely my favourite. I think they got the blue just right on that. Brookie G. Carolyn needs a paid 6-month holiday twice a year. Oh, that's brilliant. I 100% agree with that one. Steve, how you doing? Lurking away? Thanks for being here. Pip in Orbit likes the Air Tahiti livery as well, yes. Happy 80 for you, yes. Yes, beautiful livery. South Pacific Airlines really have lovely looking planes. I feel like there's a really good balance, you know, between Fiji, Air New Zealand and stuff. They all have that perfect little nod to culture for something that is such a modern take, if that makes sense. Airspeed Media, how you doing? Saying thanks for the stream. You're welcome. Thanks for being here. All right, next heavy arrival will most likely be Singapore 285. That's wearing the 10,000th Airbus sticker. We have Cathay coming in as well, and there are 359. So there's a couple of 350 900s, and I feel at this point it would be rude not to wait for one more 350 900 before wrapping up. So I think I'm going to stay here until Fiji lands. Fiji 411 is in the 350-900 today as well. Rob saying Air Tahiti Nui, the most colourful livery of all. It's a beautiful blue they've got on there. I definitely like the blue. I feel that one of the reasons I do like the Air New Zealand livery so much is, believe it or not, I am very much a black and white person. I like black and white as colours, just nice, simple, without the colour. When I had my Kiwi Does Stuff logo made, was probably the first time I've ever strayed away from everything just being black and white. The first time I've gone with anything with colour. Otherwise, yeah, everything else I do, logo-wise, brand-wise, anything like that, it's just black and white. Wendy Cutler's lurking. Blends into the blue mountains in the background beautifully. I never even thought about that. Those mountains are actually looking pretty beautiful today. I hope you can... yeah, you're seeing them come through pretty clear. If we just slowly pan around, you get actually a really nice clear view of them. Visibility today is actually incredible. Incredible view out there today. Most certainly the calm before the storm. We, yes, make the most of the nice days while we've got them. I need to put a ignore delta on my thing. Wonder if I can filter out delta. Rob, my t-shirt's mostly black. How'd you know? Couple of reasons for that though. Another caravan here making its way in. We've got the Star Alliance All Black livery making its way out to Queenstown. The A321 Neo. Life's too short for just black and white. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if it's it's not that I hate colour, but I think I just like the contrast of black and white. For as long as I can remember, all my cars have been black. Has its negatives. Thought that was a wasp just landed on me, but thankfully it was just a fly. Black is very slimming too. To a point. To a point. I must be set up in a different place today because that pole is very much blocking the tails. I'm about a metre further over than I normally would be. Yeah, I run my phone in dark mode as well. I do find it a lot easier. Although I find most YouTube emojis work better in normal mode. I try to make most of mine sort of work okay in dark mode, but they definitely work a lot better for people who are just in normal mode. I don't 100% understand why. I notice it particularly on OPN as well. You can make out a lot of their stickers better in normal mode than you can in dark mode. Bye, how you doing? Lurking away today, good to see you. We've hit the quiet patch of the airport at the moment. Still got a moonshot for a bit. Oh, you probably can't see it, can you? Oh, maybe you can see it. It's hard for me to tell if you're seeing the moon or a smudge on my phone. You can see the moon all right? Ah, yeah. Very good. Very good. The main reason I wear black shirts is the industry I work in. We essentially wear black to disappear, if that makes sense. So a large part of my job is kind of not being seen, not being a focal point or anything like that. So we just disappear. What if I hit this button? Ah, it's me. That's scary. Hello, everyone. Hello. See, I can do this because we're on the phone, so I can just use the other camera and you can all see me as well. Except you're very high up, so it's a very awkward angle up there. And yes, I am wearing a black shirt, but it is a Kiwi Does Stuff branded shirt, so I feel like that's justified. But hi, yes, we're just hanging out here today. Waiting for a few more planes because we can. Right, I'm going to go back the other way. I don't like being on camera. I'm meant to be behind the camera. Sync 1 out of 5. How's that not in sync? I'm literally talking directly through that phone. I'm going to go back the other way. I don't like being on camera. I'm meant to be behind. The sound's delayed, is it? That makes no sense. I wonder why. I have no idea why the sound would be delayed on that, unless there must be some other issue going on, because I'm literally talking on a microphone plugged directly into that phone. Weird. Is that KDS merch? I call it uniform. I do it to identify myself, if that makes sense. Okay, I'm really worried now that you're all saying that the sound was delayed. So that's either YouTube's being silly or I've messed up a setting somewhere, and I don't know why I would have done that. Let me go here. And there, and let me check I haven't got a delay on. I have got no delay on. Okay, you've really got me worried now as to how that could be. That's got to be something weird. That makes no sense at all. I can only assume it's related to the fact that the internet's been a little bit skew-if. Okay, because we've got a second, I'm going to try something. I'm going to go silent for a moment and then come back. I'm just going to basically restart the phone part. I'm just curious if it comes back in sync or not. I need to find out where this issue is. It's got me really confused. And depending how bad we're talking about being out, I mean, you're saying it's way off. Would be more than just the delay of the wireless from my microphone to the phone, surely. Or I'd hope not anyway. Let's try this. Let's go end. All right, give it a moment to come back. And then curious. Okay, I should be back now. Hopefully you can all hear me. I'm just looking, it looks like there's sound coming through. So now let's see if I hit this button. Am I in sync now? Does this fix up the sync? Sorry, I'm just looking, there's a plane coming. Have I resolved the whole sync thing by stopping and starting it, or is it still bad? I can even, look, shall I give you a clap? See if that fixes anything. All right, and I'm going to go back to the other camera because there is a plane. And that's what I'm here for, is the planes, not me. Nope, not in sync. Interesting. Oh well. Looks like I got some work to do. That could be the microphone. It could just be that this microphone is has just got too much delay on it to the phone. I don't use this with the phone normally. And this is one of my older ones as well. So, yeah, ho-hum, is what it is. Steve saying the clap came before the sound. So we're saying that light is faster than sound. Now, did I zoom that back in? Or are you all looking at things a mile away? Just got to be careful I don't over zoom it. Well, let's go to 1 time zoom. Oh, you can see my lens. 6 times. And then, boop, come on. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Just that little bit of extra zoom. Carolyn, blame James, yeah. Yeah, it's probably the microphone I'm wearing. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm gonna have to do some experimenting though. It's got me curious. Funniest thing, Carolyn, is we can blame James right now and he probably wouldn't even know. Someone was asking, sorry, about Singapore. Yes, they have stopped the A380 service. A whole week and a half ago or something like that now. We lost our A380. So we're down to the 350, which we should be seeing very soon actually. Like, you want to know how soon we're going to see it? If I spin the camera around like this and point it up there, there's an A350 from Singapore. So yes, this is the replacement for the 380 service now. Bit of a shame, but you know what? It is what it is. Hopefully it'll be back next summer season. We'll see how we go. Steve, yeah, potentially. 5 out of 5 on the beard scratch. You can hear that, funny. Oh, funny. I looked at myself in the mirror this morning and went, oh, I should really trim that. But no. For those of you who didn't, if you go into my YouTube at some point, don't have to do it now, do it later when you're bored. When there's nothing else to watch, go and have a jump on my YouTube and you have a look and you will see the highlights from the previous stream I threw up as a video. You know, the little highlights that I normally run at the end. No highlights today because it's not going to be as great to watch back. But yeah, the highlights that I normally do at the end of the stream, I did pull that out, make it into a video. So if you're that way inclined, go and give that a little watch, give it a like. Feel it came out pretty good in the end. We have got an A320 there, going to head to Christchurch. Going to pop out the back of that as an ATR heading off to Napier. You can see the ATR actually just taking off up there. Little line up of planes about to head out. Another ATR sitting behind that 320. That's going to go to Christchurch. And then there's also a Jetstar 320 going to join in the line. That's also going to head to Christchurch. So we've got Christchurch, Palmerston North, Christchurch. We also have a Qantas coming in from Sydney, QF 141, the 737-800. This might be our first 737 of the stream. Hello from the Dominican Republic. How's it going? Welcome along. Anya, yes. One thing about post editing is I can go and put the little bar on the bottom and put the information down there, which is cool. It's also not often that I get to sit there and watch back the footage from the stream on the computer. Often I'll sometimes when I'm driving home, I'll throw it on and just check and listen through and just see, you know, what we said, what we did, how the sound was and stuff. But that's only ever on my phone anyway, so. But those little highlights bits, I could watch them for hours on repeat. It's always good fun. All right, this is our first 320 to Christchurch. Well, first one of this little minute period. Right, next one lining up is the ATR. This one's going to go to Palmerston North. Happy saying everyone in the path of the cyclone, please stay safe and sound, look out for yourselves and each other. Thank you very much. Yes, that'll be my plans for tomorrow, as much as I probably should be working tomorrow. I'm going to take the day to make sure that everything with the home is all good. Make sure my gutters are all clear and everything like that. Because the downpour yesterday was kind of pushing the luck, but we'll see what happens. Leah saying, thanks Kurt, enjoy the streams, have to go, have a good rest of the day. Thank you very much, Leah. Thanks for being here for a bit. All good, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. This is the Jetstar now, heading off to Christchurch. P-dub warm in Christchurch now, 24.2. I haven't actually looked at what the current temperature is here, but in the sun it is certainly warm. Don't believe that. That still says 19. I definitely would say it is warmer than 19 here. All right, and that there clears the runway for our next arrival, which is another A350 Cathay Pacific. How you doing? Look at those beautiful clouds in the background. Husband got bitten by a snake cleaning the gutters. Oh, thankfully no snakes here. The only danger I've got with cleaning the gutters is whether I fall off the ladder or not. Glenn Martin, how you doing? Good to see you. All right, we've got one more A350 to come, so we're going to hang out and wait for that. And that is how far away? Coming over Great Barrier at the moment. It's about 10, 11, 12 minutes or so out. Here's a random little side one. How many people in here watch, I know a lot of people here will watch a lot of the similar YouTubes that I do in terms of aviation and stuff like that. How many people here watch Cockpit Casual? And then to go with that, how many people have been watching their podcast that they've been doing now? That's my entertainment when I drive up in the mornings. So when I leave home, I open up YouTube and I throw on the Cockpit Casual podcast, and normally that finishes just as I'm pulling into Auckland. So Dashi there making its way off to Blenheim, sorry. That's called grass, not a plane. For those of you on TikTok, you probably would know about Captain Bob, the ferry pilot from Nomadic, which is the other side of Cockpit Casual. The Flying Kiwi, how's it going? Nice to see another Kiwi in the chat. Tiggles coming in with joining up as a member. Thank you very much. Becoming part of the Kiwi crew. There's a plane. Has it popped up on screen? I hope it has. Or is it messing up? No, it's there. It's me just trying to watch on delay. Thank you very much. I see that you're lurking away there, but thanks for being here today. Very much appreciated. P-Dub, haven't heard of it. So here I am doing a promotion for other YouTube, because why not? Cockpit Casual, arguably some of the best produced YouTube content you will ever see. They, Nomadic Aviation is a company that do ferry flying. So they basically move around planes. And one of the owners of it, Steve, when he goes out flying, he takes the cameras with him and films it, and he does, it's almost like a full documentary on each one. I've been following right from the very start. He doesn't do many videos a year, only puts out a handful of videos a year, but the quality of them is just absolutely incredible. And really cool to see a different part of aviation. But yeah, so the two owners, Bob and Steve, have now started up a podcast on there. Ferry flying. Yes, flying ferries. So they bring me some great entertainment to listen to while I drive up to Auckland. Hey, AJ's back. No, stop forcing me to do that. I don't want to do that. Sorry, YouTube wants me to force ads on you, but I'm not into doing that. Dum-dum-dum-dum. Sorry, just trying to set something up here. Oh, plane. 737 coming in from Melbourne. How much does it cost to drive to Auckland now? Yeah, a lot more than it did a couple of weeks ago, that's for sure. Where is the... Can't find it. Here we go. Sorry, just setting something up in the background. Woo. Just got a headache from coming up too quick there. But looking down at my iPad and then quickly standing up, whew, got a bit dizzy. AJ, a little bit premature. Sorry, hang on. There you go. Where is it? Where is it? There it is. AJ up there. There goes the dashie. Sorry, I wasn't really paying attention to the dash. I was busy doing something else. And yes, you got the Dashy instead of the Qantas from Melbourne. All right, couple more movements for us today. On screen there is a 320 that's going to head off to Wellington very, very soon. We've got a little Beachy coming in, a little King Air. And then behind that we've got Fiji landing in the 350, another beautiful Pacific livery. Does anyone know the story about a few months ago there was a massive big snake at the Sunshine Coast that had set up a nest just off the side of a path? I don't know what it was. It was like a big python or something. I don't know my snakes. But I have to laugh because literally that came about only a couple of days after I left there when I was over with Only Planes back in November. And there's, I get home to this story of a gigantic snake, and I'd been right there at those bushes that it was now living in. It's probably my closest encounter. I've never seen a snake in real life, like a wild one, but that would be my closest potential encounter, shall we say. Alright, this one's going to lift off just in time for us to spin around and grab some Fiji 350 action. And I've just set it up as well, so any of you that are hanging out over here still, after this we're going to go for a little raid to Only Planes Network, who are down in Melbourne playing around in the wind, as they love it down there when the wind is blowing. So I've just set it up ready to do that when we finish. Means you don't need to go anywhere, you'll automatically end up over there. It's our first opportunity we've actually ever had to raid someone. It's very, very rare that there's anyone streaming after us. All right, let's get Fiji. Another gorgeous livery there. Beautiful Fiji Airways A350 touching down. Wonderful. All right, thank you everyone so much. Sorry that the stream was not up to my usual standard. I do apologise for that, but I'm glad it all worked out in the end. We still got to hang out for a few hours, do a bit of plane spotting, and just enjoy the morning together. So thank you all very much. Thank you, Carolyn, for getting up nice and early, even if Maddie woke you up to get up for me. Oh, but thanks for getting up early to come and look after everyone. For everyone who's been here, for the super chats, the gifted memberships and everything like that, you're all so awesome. It's great to have you. Yeah, what more can I say? Have a good time, and as soon as I hit the magic button, that'll be us. We'll head on over to Only Planes and we'll hang out with them for the rest of the day as they enjoy a nice windy Melbourne. So thank you all so much. Bye bye.